Pulse Balls, double coverage.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Double Coverage. We hope you're still living, loving, and breathing sport. I am Dom with the Great Man Sauce, and we're back at it once again. How you going, brother?
Good, brother. Good. Show 7-0. We're close to the ton, mate. We're close to getting to the century. We'll get there. Sure enough. I mean, we've well done over 100 shows between specials and everything, and lockdown lounges and the works. But official double coverage show number 70. It's good to be back. Back another week. There's some ramblings on that's gone in the hobby, which we'll delve into a bit later. Just some crazy stuff, and just a word of warning for people out there. Just, obviously brings it down to doing your research and making sure you're aware of these situations. And unfortunately, not everything is so smooth and dandy in the hobby all the time. And that's why we're here to hopefully shed some light on some of these issues, and hopefully you don't get flame people as well, and hopefully you out there, the listener, do not get caught up in the scandals or get caught up in the the shady behavior of others in the hobby.
100%. There's been a lot of other stuff that's been transpiring too today, behind the scenes. This stuff, if you look close enough at some of our videos and stuff, you might find some things, and some stuff's come across on stories and just absurd stuff, which we're not going to report on this show because we want to see how this stuff transpires. It's probably something by episode 71, everything would have played out. We can give our take on it. We could probably give a Lamont to someone. Who knows how it's all gonna pan out, Saucy. Who knows? We are going to start with the NBA, followed up with the EPL. We've got some Champions League stuff. Of course, our GOAT. Did he work these wonders today, mate? He's just
another bailout.
Yeah,
he's good, so good, but Dom, isn't he? He's unreal. The way he just needs one opportunity and bang.
He's genuinely the greatest of all time. We'll get to him. We definitely will. There's an F1 race up, massive card for UFC. Sauce is going to run through NFL. Lamont of the week touches it's a bit personal to me this week, the Lamont of the week, and to you, Sauce, as well, because and to a lot of other people, because it was like the Montreal screw job of Bret the Hitman Hart, mate. What happened on during the week? And tell you that much, a lot of people got screwed over. And then obviously into hobby talk. But let's start with the NBA in the Eastern Conference. It's just beautiful, Sauce, to open up the standings and have your mob sitting on top of the East. The Miami Heat, 6-1. Equal with the Bulls, who are also 6-1. On a 5-game win streak. Tyler Hero is averaging as much as Luka the Don and Trae Young. But guess what? He's coming off the bench. So...
I feel like people just gave him stick too soon. Obviously, he had a down year. It is renowned throughout the NBA. Obviously, first year in the league, not so much footage. You've got the college footage and stuff like that. He had a massive year. Helped the Heat to the NBA Finals. Was the best player, the Heat's best player in that playoff.
He was very
run.
good.
And then, sophomore blues, had a tough time last season, obviously more footage on him. So it was, it was, people had the scouting report was out. But for those people that jumped off and sold their Tyler Heroes, and just, he's base prison PSA 10s at $1,400, $500 and going as low as $50, $60. And they're not that now. But if you're a savvy buyer and believed in Tyler Hero, I picked up some Tyler Hero stuff and was able to move some when he started playing good at the start of the season. So sold something on Star Stock. There was opportunity there. So, I hope people out there, weren't too quick to jump off the Hero bandwagon. If you listen to this show, I'm high on Tyler Hero. I think he's a very good player. I think he's got, bounds of talent. It's going to take time to develop. Obviously, that mental fortitude in wanting to get better every offseason. That needs to be there. And he didn't do that in the first off season. And you said that, Domo. He was obviously out partying, out, putting images on his Instagram with women and everything, right? Enjoying himself as an NBA player. He's a young stud. I tell you what, he's doing pretty well for himself with his misses, probably batting above his average, but nonetheless, right? Enjoying the NBA lifestyle.
Keeps draining threes like that doesn't mean shit. So
yeah, right. Anyway, so look, yeah, he's come back. He looks good. The Heat look good, and I'll just rabble off the first four in the East, right? Heat, Bulls, Knicks, Wizards. Start of the season, you wouldn't be saying that. You've got Pacers down in second last in the Eastern Conference, and you got Boston down there as well. Milwaukee is 4-4, but I wouldn't stress about them. Atlanta's starting to get some form back. They struggled a little bit early in the season, but I think it was a lot of it had to do with, Atlanta is a team to watch out for because they had a lot of injuries last year, and they made it to the finals, the Eastern Conference Finals. Sorry. They made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. Now they've got guys back in the rotation, Reddish back, Hunter back. So they're trying to work those guys in and get that chemistry back. And they got that against the Wizards, and they were able to put them down in their last game, in the last encounter. So look, it's interesting. In that East, it looks stacked. I mean, the Hornets look a much improved
better
team
than the West. We said it last week. So
the 76ers looking good without Simmons.
And Embiid. Embiid hasn't played. He's been injured.
Embiid hasn't been playing. Yeah.
What do you know? Embiid's injured. Well, who would have thought? But seriously, the East is so much better than the West. So much better. And it's evident that up into 11th spot, there's teams with four wins or more. And Boston is in 2-5. And we're going to touch on them very quickly. There's no one else really to talk about. Toronto's obviously overachieving. They're playing very well. Same with Washington. Bradley Beal said he's not moving anywhere, apparently. The Knicks.
He likes losing.
The Knicks, will talk about it, but they've got a clear run at Zion probably before the trade deadline. If they're going to get him, they'll get him this season. They're going to get him. We'll talk about that in a moment. But I do want to touch on Boston. They're having some struggles. And I'm going to put my hand up again. All right, Sauce, as we know, we own up to the mistakes. And you know probably where I'm going with this. I gave the guy shit. All right. And I said there isn't much more room for him to grow in his ceiling. He's probably capped at his ceiling. Jalen Green is a gun. I made a mistake. Oh, Jaylen Brown, sorry.
Jaylen
Brown. I made a mistake. I'm sorry. As simple as that.
I sit on the other side of the fence, so I'm here smirking. And I clearly thought Jaylen Brown. Look, I feel like they're pretty par, him and Tatum. There was an interesting stat that I did see somewhere where him and Tatum don't really spend a lot of the time on the court together. Like they do, like 60% of the game, but 40% of the game they aren't on the court together. Whether that is things with chemistry, they struggle. Marcus Smart obviously came out during the week and said something about the two and said that they need to pretty much pass the ball out of the double team, which they seem to be forcing up bad shots, which isn't helping the team. So there's a bit of disharmony in that Boston Celtics locker room. It's evident, and they are playing like that. Tatum, we sort of aren't seeing the best of him. Probably trying to do too much. Need to get your teammates involved, and that makes your game easier. So yeah, look, Celtics need to improve if they are looking to get into that eighth. With they've got enough talent there to definitely do that. They need to start turning it around. Shout out to your boy Cole Anthony. Had a big game the other day. 31 points. Was like 6 of 9 from 3. And interesting. You mentioned to me, it's as much as it's about the performances when you're looking at and prospecting these young guys and maybe looking to get cards. It's about their mentality and the way that they present themselves. And you mentioned something that the game before he was average, and admittedly he said that after the game and said he needs to be more aggressive. He needs to come out and assert himself on the game. And in the next game, he goes off for 31, shoots 6 of 9 from 3. That's the sort of stuff that you want to hear from a young guy, especially if you're looking at trying to, maybe pick up his cards and hold on to them for the foreseeable future, is you want to see that he has that Mamba mentality. You know what I mean? Like that he's got that alpha about him that he knows he's got to impose himself and be better. So yeah, he's shown talents early. Your boy Cole Anthony, which is good to see.
Him. And how even Franz Wagner over there, mate, he had 28 the other day as well. Oh, I'm telling people in the comments, they're loving it. I've got a face. I actually regret going this short. There's actually a fair bit that could be happening once I finish work. I was telling Sauce what might be happening with the hair. I actually did get a haircut, but there could be something interesting happening with the hairdo.
Oh, look out. This could be fun.
Pre-Christmas. It could be pretty bad. It could be very bad. I told Sauce that he was just like, what the hell are you doing, Doma? You've lost your shit.
It'll be good. The Pacers, they're coming back, Doma. The Pacers as well, just a quick shout out. Obviously, Karis LeVert's back. Look for them to start pushing up the standings. They're a good ball club. And they'll give teams issues in that Eastern Conference.
It's super competitive, mate. Very, very competitive.
Cavs are looking rejuvenated. They're looking, good. So it's very, very competitive in that East. So it's really hard to round out that 8 and say who's going to be in there by the end of the season.
I feel sorry for Kevin Love because he's
I would say other than Detroit and Orlando and maybe the Raptors, because I feel like they'll fall away. They're a lot young squad. They're young. Everyone else I think can make it. Like, seriously,
Yeah, Boston still has to push to get in there, and they're nowhere near it. They're 2 games behind. 1.5 games behind.
Early days, but
it's early days. But Cleveland, just a quick one before we do move to the West. I feel sorry for Kevin Love. He's been putting up awesome numbers this year coming off the bench, helping out that young core and young unit that starts the game. Poor bloke's been put on the COVID list. He's got COVID. Obviously, he had really bad run last season. He just struggled, bit of injury, and he's come out and he's just dominated off the bench, and hopefully he can come back and keep killing it. I like Kevin Love. He's always worked hard. He's obviously had his battles with his mental demons in his career, and hopefully he can get back to the Kevin Love of old, mate. Just grabbing down those boards and helping the young unit get a lot better. All right, let's move to the West. Utah's on top. No surprise. They've been playing very well. Golden State second. What do you know? The Lakers are in third. Dallas in fourth. It could be one of the worst. They're no good. They're no good. We'll get to Dallas in about 2 seconds. Memphis, I know Vincent Cardauer put Ja Morant with the love heart. Yep, loving what he's doing. Loving what JJJ is doing. I like the Grizzlies. They're missing a player at the moment, aren't they? They're missing Dylan. Is it Dylan Brooks?
Yes.
Yeah, they're missing him as well. So he'll be a nice bolster for them. Denver's there. Minnesota started like a house on fire. They dropped a bit away a little bit. Phoenix 3-3. Sacramento's there. Portland, Dame's he's just struggling. He's battling hard with his shooting.
Yeah, look, someone mentioned it could be a bit to do with the rule change where he's not getting some of those calls where he gets to the free throw line and is able to get his game going. Because you say that a lot with Dame Lillard. If you've watched him play, he struggles at times, but he's the type of guy where, he can get hot. He's on that Curry level where he gets hot and he just doesn't miss. And he will just, start nailing 35-footers, 40-footers, and you're just showing you that deep range. But to get to that flow in the game, back in the day, he used to play that NBA Jam, and the guy used to get on fire. Well, that's literally Dame Lillard. He can get to that level where he's just on fire. But to get to that in basketball, if you haven't played basketball, you've probably never felt it. But it's a bit of a rhythm thing where you see the ball go through the hoop, whether that be, getting to the free throw line, maybe getting a jumper to fall, getting, to an easy one at the rack. And then you get a bit of confidence. And it's no different to an NBA player because you see that all the time. They start hitting a few. I mean, like I've witnessed it the other day with Julius Randle in the first quarter. I think he put up like 18 points or something. And he just couldn't miss. He was 3 from 4 from 3. And, it happens all the time. And just Dame Lillard hasn't been able to find that rhythm within games. And he's struggled a lot. And I tell you what, Portland, I'm not going to count him out because this happens all the time. We count them out. All of a sudden, Dame Lillard goes on a tear. watch out. He's going to go on a tear throughout this season. The Blazers are going to win a bunch of games. But they'd want to improve the way that they're playing, the way that they move the ball. I've watched them, some games. I think Dame Lillard had a game the other day. I think he went like 2 or 14 from 3. I mean, you're not helping your side. Like, I understand you're a shooter. You got to keep shooting, but there's a point where you just need to, pull back on that because, jacking up 14 threes, hitting 2, that's not helping your ball club. So
it's
they need
Russell Westbrook-esque type.
yeah.
He's actually he's been very good.
He's been all right. Look, he's been good. And we talked about the Lakers and what will be good is Russ will be healthy. He'll be there when, whether LeBron might need time out or AD might need time out because inevitably AD will get injured at some point during the season or will sit games without doubt. Russ will probably front up, suit up and play. And that happened the other day. LeBron obviously tweaked his ankle in one game, sat out. I think Russ had like 28-10 and just went off in the next game. We won the game.
Shit.
Him and AD dominated.
Shit.
LeBron he's doing a Kawhi, mate. He's doing a Kawhi.
No, stop. LeBron just sits there and goes, I need to sit out a game here because I want to see how the team's going to run with this chemistry, with this lineup, with that lineup. LeBron, bro, like, he's too smart. Like, people, you got to look beyond the whole thing of he wants a rest, mate. He wants to see what it's like.
I don't know if anyone's seen the game today because in the fourth quarter, LeBron just goes, I'm taking this over and just fucking dominated, mate. Just dominated. It was literally just did everything. He did this one shot where he just, how he when he gets going from the top of the key, no one can stop him, right? And he drives to the lane, crosses over on the left, floating through the air. The defender's there, just does a little hook shot off the left, off the glass, easy as you like. And he does the famous run back where he flicks up his legs. It was just a wonderful sight. Wonderful sight.
So good. He's so good.
Cosmic, no, you haven't missed it, brother. This will be a bit later in the show. Le Mans segment into Hobby Talk. So stay tuned.
Beauty. Last team I just want to touch on. We said we didn't want to spend 20 minutes on the NBA, but there's always too much happening. But Dallas, we said they were going to be no good, and they're no good. I don't care that they're 4th in the West. They came up against a genuine team today in my mob who have filled a void in the offseason, picking up Kyle Lowry. They got a decent bench, the Heat. They got great starters.
Big pickup, Lowry.
Big pickup. They play defense, and what happens? And what happens to a team that doesn't know how to play D and they just shoot? They get demolished. They literally got towed up today. Luka had 29, but they got towed up. He's going to be a waste. I'm just going to put it here. I was thinking about this the other day. I know everyone's like, oh, Luka cards. And he probably will leave eventually. He's going to have to leave. He can't spend his career in Dallas. But
the way that they were lucky to get one championship. They nearly mismanaged their last star in Dirk Nowitzki, and they got one. They got one. Is that what you want? Is that what you want for Luka? Because if he sits in Dallas all his whole career, he might be lucky to win one.
But I look at guys like Luka, Sauce, and then I look at Trey, and Trey's progressing pretty well with his team. Obviously, they made the Eastern Conference Finals. Then I come and look at like Ja Morant and Zion. Well, Zion is struggling a bit, but Ja Morant. All right. Then you go to last year, you got Edwards and Ball. Then you go to this year, you got Jalen Green and Suggs and Cade Cunningham. I know he's shooting poorly at the moment, but disregard that. He's played literally 2 games. He's a rookie. All right. You got guys like Cole Anthony now that are starting to come up. I know this is a massive call. You got guys like Donovan Mitchell, who was the year before him. Yeah, year before. Yeah, and Tatum was the year before him as well.
Yep.
You got guys like this, Sauce. I'm just telling you, you want to keep staying.
Tatum might have been the same year, I think.
Same year, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah.
You just want to have these guys keep coming up. And you know what's going to happen to Luka when he stays in a team like that and they make no changes? He's just going to become irrelevant. Oh, he's just a good shooter. Oh, that's good. He's a good shooter. He does all this. He does all that. And the problem with Luka is everything has to run through him. That's like
he can't play off the ball.
He's going to become like irrelevant in terms of like, oh, Luka's going to win this. Luka's going to be like the next LeBron to win all the titles. No, that guy is Giannis at the moment. So it's not Luka. I'm not talking about Luka. I'm talking about Luka in the sense of his team shit, and he has an off night. They're losing.
It's the guys around him. We're not saying it's him. Like, he's obviously a star. It's just, the franchise not putting the pieces around him that's going to allow him to succeed, get to that next level. And I just can't see with the current talent that's in there right now. Like, I genuinely can't see Dallas winning a Western Conference Finals or getting to a finals for minimum 4 years. Minimum. Seriously. Right? The only way that happens, get rid of Porzingis, get some other guys in there that can help. He needs a second star. Yeah. He needs a second star. Hardaway's not.
Hardaway's a good player. Yeah.
Hardaway's a third guy. Catch and shoot. But he can't be. I mean, they tried to use Josh Richardson as the second guy last year.
They needed Drew Holiday. Well. That was the guy that they needed to get. Like, he was probably a perfect fit. He would have worked. Yep. He plays defense. They actually need a bit of defense.
He can play off the ball. Doesn't need to dominate the ball. Plays really good defense. For sure. But I just don't think
he'd
so.
Legit. Pedro says, who thinks LeBron will be playing till 25, 26? I do. I've got a theory behind that too. I've got a theory behind that. You want to hear my quick theory? I'll just put it out here. What did Jordan average when he was playing at 40 years old, Sauce? What do you reckon LeBron's going to try and average when he turns 40? 25.
Yeah. It will be unreal.
And I'll tell you what, there's a big chance he's going to average 25. Big chance.
If he actually gets to that point, he's still averaging 25. He will absolutely demolish Kareem's all-time point scoring record. Like, demolish it. Won't just beat it by a little bit. He will actually demolish it.
Shaq said if he passes the scoring record, he's the GOAT. Anyway, Pedro said he's trying to go see a Heat game in a few weeks. It'll be good. And by the way, Pedro, welcome. It's before 9:30. I'm surprised you're even on this. He usually jumps on it around 9.
Pedro.
Welcome.
Good to see you on live.
Luka cards are going to tank if the Mavs team doesn't change. Oh, I completely agree. If he sticks around, who would be better, Heat against Pelicans, Grizzlies, or Bucks? Bucks. If you can catch the Bucks Heat game, that'll be very nice. Grizzlies wouldn't be too bad either. Pelicans are just a rubble.
Grizzlies would be good.
That.
You'd want to see Ja Morant. I'd definitely.
Mitchie, source has spoken. Listen good, you yuppies. Mitchie, stick around, mate. Stick around because we're going to finish off the league leaders and then jump into the EPL. All right, so league leaders for the season. Points per game, Curry 28.7, Paul George 28.3, Ja Morant 28.3, KD 27.7, and Giannis 27.4. In the rebounds, Gobert's averaging 17.5 boards, Valanciunas 14.5, Bam Adebayo 13.8. He's getting around that 14, 15 mark. That's very good for him. Jokic 13.7, Christian Wood 12.1, the assists, Chris Paul 11.8, Trae Young 9.4, Harden 8.6, Dame Dollar 8.6, Westbrook 8.5, and then the blocks, Big Al Horford, mate, with the 3.2 blocks per game, followed by Miles Turner, Robert Williams, AD, and Daniel Gafford as well. All right, so let's move on to the Prem and a bit of Champions League. So let me get the fixture up here on this one. Let's go to the results from last week. Where are we here? Leicester versus Arsenal, 2-0 win. We caught this game on a watch party.
We did.
Your keeper,
Ramsdale.
He was an animal. He was an animal, mate.
I'll be the first to say when we bought him, who the fuck is this bloke? Because I knew nothing about him, right? But all I can say is I can commend the club for not doing a United, which is spending big money on a guy and then leaving him sit on the bench, because that's what you've done with Sancho. And I mean, it hasn't really worked out at all. We spent the big money. We spent the money on Ben White, 50 million. He's playing, right? We spent the big money on Ramsdale, 30 million. Leno decided he doesn't want to sign a new deal. So they go, you know what? This guy's going to be on our books next season. You might not be here. Throw him in. Teams look better. Admittedly, he's been really good. He's good with his feet. Which I think is a staple for keepers these days. They need to be good with their feet. Look, Mitchie says Ramsdale's playing for an England World Cup if he's on form like that, mate. Yeah, and why shouldn't he be in the World Cup squad? Maybe not as starter, but, why can't he be in there? And I like the fact that we're just throwing our guys in there and giving them a shot. Doma, admittedly, we've been playing a lot better the last, 5 weeks. Coincidentally, one man hasn't been starting in the middle of the pitch. I don't know if this is a coincidence or maybe it's a bit of good fortune for the club, unfortunate for him. Not that I wish any player to get injured at any point in time, because it's, it's a very crude thing to say. But Granit Xhaka not being in the midfield has done us wonders. Done us absolute wonders. The fact that Arteta has figured out that when you start Lacazette and Aubameyang at the same time, we look so dangerous up front that we give teams heart attacks when we go into the final third.
Love the fact that he's just worked this out when it's just the most obvious thing. And two world-class players, like, they're so good. We just start one on the bench, like, just
absolute idiotic stuff. But the fact that we've decided to actually work, we've been playing good football. Our youngsters coming through. Emmanuel Smith-Rowe's looking good. We're equal with United, or just
no. You're equal with you. No, you are
equal with United.
Equal.
So that's all I can ask for. That's all I can ask for. Yep. At this point in time, we're looking a lot better than Tottenham, although things could change for them. Obviously, Conte coming in and taking over the main job there.
Conte, that's nice. He's a good pickup.
Your boy, you wanted him at United, but you're still stuck with Ollie. I've actually got you a coaster here, mate. I've got you a nice little coaster.
Why is it an Ollie in a card form?
Yep, there he is. Ollie card, Match Attacks card. Got you a nice little coaster.
No, it's not.
There it is.
I'm grading that. I'm going to get that graded. I didn't even know that existed.
We'll have to get Adam to make you a custom Ollie card. Adam, that would actually be a waste of your time.
Adam, don't waste your time on that. Adam, do not waste your time on that.
I wouldn't do that to you, Adam.
Let's move on.
I'll probably just end up burning it. I'll feel bad.
No, I wouldn't do that to Adam's work, mate. I appreciate it too much, but it probably wouldn't sit on the stand like the Ronaldo is right now, staring at me. I'd just be tucked away.
Just go in the box.
Exactly. United beat Spurs 3-0. I don't know what to say. He came out, he changed the lineup. All right. We played
Cavani and Ronaldo up top together.
Played
Cavani works back
Varane was
a lot,
back as well.
I don't see why that can't be a viable option going forward in future games, because Cavani has a high work rate and he will drop back into the midfield and help out that midfield where Ronaldo won't. So
Mitchie just says just move on from this game. No, then shouldn't we hear what I have to say? Mitch, you want to hear this? This is a ripper. This one, all right? You're gonna love this. Been fuck all last night, this morning. Oh no, I know. You gotta let me get to it, Mitchie. You gotta let me get to it. So we played against Tottenham and we beat Tottenham 3-0. Sauce. Like,
Tottenham are trash.
Who cares? Their manager got
We
sacked.
beat Tottenham 3-1, mate. So what does that
Who
tell
cares? We beat Tottenham. Like, whoop-de-doo. The more alarming thing is we lost 4-2 to Leicester and Arsenal just beat Leicester 2-0. That's the way I look at things. I look at things like that. Like, we looked a lot better, but we beat Tottenham. And then we'll talk about this morning's game a bit later when we get to Champions League, because El Goto Del Mondo, the goat of the world, he's just the best player. He's just that good, Sauce. He actually is that good. All right? And I'm going to bring up the GOAT debate again. I'm bringing up the Messi crap again. I'm bringing it up.
Killed it this morning.
Southampton defeated Watford 1-0. Chelsea 3-0 over Newcastle. Crystal Palace beat City 2-0. Upset there.
Massive.
Saucy said it. They're playing a great system of football under Vieira there. And
telling you guys, they're going to create some tough games for, top table teams. I mean, they gave Arsenal a tough time at home. It gave us a tough time. We snuck away with a draw with the last kick of the game by Lacazette. So, Crystal Palace, they're playing some very, very good football.
We play them in 2 weeks as well.
There you go.
We got
Big
City,
test, mate. If you don't,
we got
beat
City.
them, that's
We got
not an
City,
easy game.
Watford. We got City, Watford, Palace.
Watford are playing
Chelsea.
decent as well.
No, but we got City, Watford, Palace, Chelsea, Arsenal.
That's a tough stretch of games.
Yeah.
Tough stretch of games.
Global said, you said the GOAT, and I'm here. Here he is.
How are we, mate? Good to have you on board.
Brighton drew 2-2 with Liverpool after coming down from 2-0 down. Azura, what's up? He's here as well. They were 2-0 up at halftime. I went to bed at halftime in this game, and I woke up in the morning and I saw an image of Salah and was it Grealish or De Bruyne stumbling on hurdles, and Mason Mount just jumping over the hurdle. So I'm just like, surely they haven't dropped points here, Liverpool. And I went and had a look at the results. I was like, they drew. What's happened? I went and watched the highlights, and Brighton they were pretty good in the second half, and they deserve to get some points out of it.
They're fourth. What are they? Top 6 sitting at the moment. Brighton. They're playing well. So not an easy beat.
Bad.
Not an easy. I mean, when you think about Brighton, they were struggling last year. I think they didn't do the best. I think they were struggling down the bottom. So for them to be mid-table this part of the season, congrats to them. Obviously, they're putting together a bit of a Burnley-like season from last year or the year before, where they I think it was 2 seasons ago, where they were just really, really good, tough to beat. They sit in there defensively, make it tough for teams. So it's good to see, mate. It's very, very tough, the Premier League, mate. There's no easy games.
A sight to be seen also, Burnley won at home against Brentford. The team that never wins in their home.
First game in 13 or something at home.
14, who bloody knows? They got a win 3-1 over Brentford. Villa were defeated 4-1 by West Ham, and Leeds got the job done against Norwich 2-1. Now, Pedro's asked for the odds for the Manchester derby. So if you want to try and get them up, Sauce, I'm going to go through the fixtures for this week for the Premier League. We've got Southampton versus Aston Villa, Brentford versus Norwich, Chelsea versus Burnley, Palace versus Wolves, Brighton, Newcastle, Arsenal, Watford, Everton, Spurs, Leeds, Leicester, West Ham, Liverpool, and Man United versus Man City. That will be a watch party feature game this week. Odd Sauce.
Where the odds are Manchester United $4.50 at home to get the win, $4 for the draw, and $1.66 for Man City to
$4.50.
$4.50 at home, mate. Dom's seen the odds. He's gone, mate. The bookies don't rate you. That's all I got to. That's what I see right there.
You know what I see? I see dollar. That's what I see. I see value.
Dom is seeing confidence on the value.
In saying that, Mitchie, can you tell me in the comments, did Varane get injured this morning in Champions League? Do you know, Sauce? Because he got subbed off very early for Greenwood. I don't know if Ollie was.
I'll tell you what, if you're going to go with Lindelof and Harry Orbit Head Maguire at the back there, you better watch out. It could be.
You start Alfredo. You start Alfredo in the derby. You win, mate.
No,
simple as that. Alfredo is my boy. If you got any
Cristiano Ronaldo, $2.60 any times to score. Both teams to score $1.66. I mean, where the value is, if you really want it, is both teams to score, United to win at $7. That's crazy.
It's going to be goals.
Because let's be honest. If you did win, you're not going to keep a clean sheet. Come on.
And let's be honest with this too, Sauce. If Man City don't score against our defense, then there's problems. All right, let's get to the table quickly. Chelsea on top, Liverpool second, City third, West Ham fourth, United fifth, Arsenal sixth, Wolves seventh, Brighton eighth, Tottenham ninth, Everton 10th, Leicester 11th, Brentford 12th, Palace 13th, Southampton 14th, Villa 15th, Watford 16th, Leeds 17th, Burnley, Newcastle, and Norwich round out the relegation zone. Over to Champions League, This morning, Chelsea defeated Malmo 1-0. Wolfsburg defeated Salzburg 2-1. Villarreal defeated Young Boys 2-0. Juventus defeated Zenit 4-2. Bayern defeated Benfica 5-2. Lille defeated Sevilla 2-1. Barcelona defeated Dinamo Kiev. Goal by Ansu Fati in that one, 1-0. And Atalanta and Man United finished 2-2 thanks to legendary strike from Goto del Mondo, the GOAT of the world, Cristiano Ronaldo.
Bailed out again.
Bailed out. Ollie's there. Conte's gone to Tottenham. It's fantastic for Tottenham and great for us. I just want to put one last little stamp on this before we do move on to the F1 source. I just want people to think out there, and if you're listening to this as a Manchester United supporter, I don't want to really ruin your evening or ruin your day whenever you're listening to this, but if you genuinely reckon that Ollie can outmanage Thomas Tuchel, Pep Guardiola, Jurgen Klopp, and Antonio Conte to win the Premier League, then by all means, let me know, because I don't think so. Yeah, they'll probably beat Tottenham because our squad's better than Tottenham, even if they got Conte. But anyway, let's move on. F1 Grand Prix.
Few results in there. Few results.
And Arteta. Yeah, don't forget Arteta.
And Arteta, mate. Don't forget Arteta. No, he's
Vieira, mate. He's a beast.
Yeah, Patrick Vieira, mate. I wouldn't be surprised he moves up the ranks, mate. The way he's obviously took over New York City in the MLS. Did great things there. Has come over to the Premier League and is making Crystal Palace a tough team to play against, which is we can ask.
He was a good player, great person, and great manager. I like it. F1 Grand Prix source this week. Mexican GP. There will be an off the grid. It's happening.
What is it? Monday morning, is it?
Monday morning. Source will be up anyway. He always gets up at 4 a.m. to watch the football anyway, the NFL. So we'll be on there. Haven't confirmed with Lukey and Dan as of yet. We'll see. But it's definitely going ahead. Stay tuned for that. 5 races left. 12.5 points ahead.
Getting juicy.
It's going to be a massive, big.
Hamilton has to win this weekend. He has to win. If Verstappen wins and Verstappen has to a bit more.
Verstappen literally needs to try and get to the point where he's more than 25 points ahead of Lewis. Because if he gets to that, he's got a race in hand. So you don't want to have a race in hand if you're Lewis Hamilton. You don't want the guy in front of you to have a race in hand. Not at all. So he would just go through the motions and try and finish second. It doesn't really matter. So
as long as he doesn't crash out, pretty much.
Exactly right. UFC source, give it to us. What's happening? Massive.
So UFC, obviously 267. Doma, I G'd up the card last week, and look, I've let the viewers down because I'll be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen, I did not view any of these fights because I didn't realize how fucking early they were on. They were on they kicked off at 4 a.m. I woke up and all the fights had been done. So I'll run through the main card and who got the win. I did catch a few little highlights. But your welterweight in the light heavyweight division, you had Magomed Akinlev defeated Volkan Ozdemir, 3rd round decision. Then you had the welterweight division, you had Kazmat Chimaev defeated Li Jing Liang, 1st round submission. Chimaev, I tell you what, he's the new fucking Khabib. He's the new Khabib. Crazy shit, literally on Lee, got him on the ground, and literally while he's got him on the ground, just so nonchalant, he's yelling shit to Dana White on the sides, saying I'll fight anybody, it doesn't matter who it is, I'll smash him, just going off, literally while he's pummeling this guy, he's sitting on top of him and he's talking trash to Dana White. The disrespect by Chimaev here in this fight was just stuff that you love to see. I love the arrogance. So definitely something. If he keeps doing that sort of shit, I mean, I'll be buying some of his cards because I love the guys that have the arrogance like that, but then they just get in the ring and they back it up. It's brilliant. Sean O'Malley being one. That's why I like to get his cards because he gets in there and just knocks out people. Heavyweight division, Alexander Volkov, 3rd round decision over Marcin Tybura. Lightweight, Islam Makhachev defeated Dan Hooker, 1st round submission. That is a massive win by Makhachev.
Not a surprise though.
Not a surprise. He's a gun. He's a gun. I think they're both out of the Dagestani ranks. They've got a factory coming out of the Dagestani hills. I don't know if anyone's seen it. There's on YouTube. I can't remember the channel, but they do like a documentary series. They go around and follow the fighters, and there's one on Khabib on this channel. If I find it, I'll shout it out next week on the show. But I'm sure if you just typed in Khabib documentary on YouTube, you'll find it, the channel. Go watch it because you sort of see where he grew up and the training that they do in these mountains in Russia and in Dagestan, in that area. I don't know if it's in Russia exactly, but the Dagestani hills. It's pretty crazy. And they literally have a whole, Khabib has put so much. He's gone out there and been the first to come out of here, and he's obviously made a lot of money, and he's put so much more money back into his community and building, rings and just building facilities there so that more and more fighters have the opportunity to, help his town. It's very much, they come up, they earn this money and they go through the ranks and they give back a lot to their town, which is really heartwarming, which is good to see. And then the bantamweight division, you had the co-main event, Peter Yan, 5th round decision over Corey Sandhagen. That was a good fight. Went the distance. Peter Yan get back on the winners list, obviously after losing his bout to a disqualification to, I can't remember the bloke's name, but lost to some guy. I can't remember. Aljamain, I think.
Aljamain Sterling.
Yeah, there you go. Came back to me. And then light heavyweight, you had Glover Teixeira defeating Jan Blachowicz to take the title. 2nd round submission. That's a massive upset.
That's massive. Ginormous.
Yeah, look, obviously got outclassed in that one. I'll be interested to go back and watch the.
Didn't Blachowicz beat Adesanya, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
Interesting.
Good win by Teixeira. Very good win. Massive. So that light heavyweight, we thought was obviously John Jones vacating. We thought this is the Jan Blachowicz time to just reign and dominate. Bon Jones, getting another DUI or another assault charge, so he's out of the picture. And we thought it was his time to dominate. Jan, and he's gotten done. Submitted 2nd round. Glover. But Doma, that was UFC 267.
A lot of love
weekend.
A lot of love for Hasbulla as well.
The
GOAT.
He was down there. It was pretty funny.
The fight's going to happen, bro.
I've seen it. He gave a little jab to Dana White. He hooked him in the mouth. It was pretty funny. All right, Doma. Now that was 267. Now this weekend, the 7th, UFC 268. It gets bigger and better from here. You're 267 into 268. Main card, bantamweight, Frankie Edgar against Marlon Vera. That will be a good fight. Frankie Edgar, I reckon he can win that. Edge him over Vera, the veteran. The featherweight division, you got Shane Burgos against Billy Quantillo. Lightweight division, Justin Gaethje back in action against Michael Chandler. That will be a cracking fight. And then women's strawweight co-main event. This will be a ripper, ladies and gentlemen. Rose Namajunas against Wei Li Zhang. That will be a ripper. And then welterweight division, the main event. My boy, Kamaru No Snooze Usman against Colby Covington, where Usman is going to absolutely
so much shit, Colby Covington.
Where Usman is going to absolutely pummel him for the 2nd time. I think he's already beaten him once before.
He has beaten him.
Yeah, right. And he gave it to him. Usman will come out again and dominate. Colby Covington, as much as people want to, ride him and he love the way he trash talks, He's no match for Usman. He's no match. I've been trying for so long, Doma, to get an Usman rookie. They're just fucking too expensive, man. Like the cheapest base rookie out of the top set museum 2017, I think it is, or 2018. It's like $400 USD, man.
We all had the opportunity, mate. When he was called Snoozeman, we all had the opportunity to buy his cards.
We did.
When he stopped being called Snoozeman, now you can't get his cards.
Yes and no, Doma, because I actually was misinformed and got told what was the wrong rookie card, and I nearly bought the wrong card, which was the 2018. It's just the Topps Chrome or the Topps Knockout. It's not the one. It's in the museum, mate. That's his rookie. It says RC on it. I think it's from 2017. So anyone out there who wants to know which is the right card, that's the one. And they're fucking expensive, like $400 US for a base.
A few quick ones. Mitch says, will Jones fight again? Yeah, probably for Bellator. He also said Usman over Covington, drops him in the third round.
Dreaming, Mitchie.
Pedro said, I miss boxing. I do too. Usman is beyond anyone. No, Mitchie was saying
you don't want to watch Jake Paul fight? What are you talking about?
Yeah, he's the future of boxing. Yeah. Anyway, future or flog of boxing. I don't know. I haven't worked it out yet.
That is an insult.
Right. It's massive, Sauce. Just so tune in if you're interested, ladies and gents. It's going to be a massive card, and we'll run through it all next week on the show. All right, let's move over to some NFL. We'll fly through this one, Sauce. If there's any games you want to touch on, do stop me. But it started with Friday Night Football, and the Packers defeated the undefeated Cardinals 24-21 to put them both at 7-1 this season.
We'll stop on that game. Go on. We'll stop on that game.
No, go. Let's go.
I was going to say that's a massive win by the Packers, and as much as we probably said they're not playing their best football earlier on in the season, the fact that they're able to chalk up wins. If you're sitting on that side of the screen, Doma, you should be pretty chuffed with yourself because they're starting to string together.
I never doubted them.
Yeah, bullshit. You did, right? They're starting to put together some strings of wins that, that one against the Cardinals. Obviously, Cardinals have been flying. Gave them their first loss of the season. They had a whole bunch of guys out on the offensive side of the ball, and Rodgers found a way to get the first downs, get the chains ticking over, and just came up more clutch in that game. And their defense came out good, which is, seen improvements over the season, which is what you're going to need. Need that defense to be making plays. So Packers look good. Shoe in for that division, definitely. Cardinals bump in the road for the Cardinals.
Yeah, just a bump in the road. Bengals lost to the Jets 34-31.
Pathetic. But that's what you're going to get with the inconsistent team, young quarterback. They shouldn't have lost to the Jets. That's really disappointing from my boy Joey Burrow and the Bengals, man. Like, as much as you want to root for them, they're teams that you should beat, and they came 100%. Up big the previous week and beat some teams that they shouldn't beat. But that's sort of where you elevate to the next level as a football team, is winning those games you should win. And then obviously, coming away with some of the ones that are 50-50, but, more often than not winning.
Yeah, definitely. Next up, we had the Titans defeating all Colts in overtime, 34-31. Very unlucky in this one. Colts are starting to play all right, though, so the Titans have lost Derrick Henry for 10 weeks. So
yeah, it's sad, man. Sad. It's a brutal game. It's a brutal game. I gave the stat last year. I think they did a study when they did the whole CTE thing. I've said this before a number of times. They did the whole, when they had the CTE issue with, everyone's probably seen the film with Will Smith. And they dived into it and they did a study and watched games over 2 seasons. And they pretty much found that only in 1% of games over a 2-year period or 3-year period, players didn't leave the field injured. So, injuries just happen in the NFL. It's just part of the game. And it's unfortunate that even though Derrick Henry was so robust and so, durable up until this point, he's got injured, and it's going to be tough. That was so much of their offense. A lot more is going to fall onto Tannehill. They fed this guy the ball. Obviously an absolute unit, and why wouldn't you feed him the ball? But it'll be interesting to see how they fare now, the Titans. And it does open up that division for the Colts a little bit. But in saying that, the Colts, they have shot themselves in the foot a few times this season where they haven't finished off games well and then ended up losing by a field goal. So, yeah, not
Definitely.
too good by my boys.
Next up, Rams defeated Texans 38-22. Then we had the Steelers defeating the Browns 15-10. I'm not even going to touch on this game. I'm not even going to touch. All I'm going to say is Browns fans, Browns, whatever, people that have endorsed them, prove me wrong. I'm putting the whole James Harden thing that I did a couple seasons ago back out there. Shut me up, Cleveland, because at the moment you're proving me completely right. We had the Eagles defeating the Lions 44-6. It was a smashing. 49ers defeated the Bears 33-22. Panthers defeated the Falcons 19-13. My mob 0-5 under Flores against the Bills. They lost 26-11. Tua had another great game. I think he threw over 65% in completions. He was actually very good. Patriots defeated the Chargers 27-24. Chargers now lost 2 straight, I think. The Seahawks defeated the Jags 31-7. Washington lost to the Broncos 17-10. Buccaneers lost 36-27 against the Saints. Jameis Winston ACL, MCL in that game. Unfortunately, they've lost their QB. Very unfortunate. I did see Philip Rivers said if they phone call him, he come out of retirement and start at QB for the Saints. So might not be
a bad pickup. I mean, he's probably better than Hill, but
you take him.
Yeah.
Then we had the Cowboys defeating the Vikings 20-16 without Prescott. That's a great victory. And then we had the Chiefs scraping in the win against the Giants 20-17.
And just on that note, Doma, I can't remember the bloke, so I'll get his name up in a sec. The quarterback that played for them in that game, the Cowboys. His cards, funny enough, were like just going for just like stupid cheap, before the game. And I think some guy picked up like a rookie ticket auto for like $15 or $20, like a day before, 2 days before. And then pretty much after the game, that same rookie ticket auto was what's his name? Cooper Rush. Here we go. Cooper Rush. That same rookie ticket auto sold for $500. So, anyone out there who had the Cooper Rush cards, there was a whole heap of Cooper Rush cards getting bought off eBay, people selling them, listing them, happy days. This sort of stuff happens in the hobby where, you're obviously been holding on to a guy that maybe you had hope at the time and he gets his start and gets his opportunity and he plays well. And we've seen this a number of times. Congrats to those people who maybe had the opportunity to finally flog off those cards. Let's be honest, Cooper Rush, he played okay, but as good as he did play, Dak's coming straight back. Cooper Rush going back to the bench. Cooper Rush is a backup quarterback in this league. He's already 27 years old. There's no real growth on his cards. But yeah, congrats to the people that flogged off his cards. Well done, because I would have done the same thing.
Very good stuff. All right, week 9, we've got Jets at Colts, Falcons at Saints, Broncos at Cowboys, Patriots at Panthers, Vikings at Ravens, Browns at Bengals. Here we go. Joey B versus Baker Mayfield. Bills at Jags, Texans at Dolphins. If we can't win this week against the Texans,
you should win.
Yeah.
You should win.
Raiders at Giants. Ruggs obviously has been waived. He's gone for a DUI. Chargers at Eagles, Packers at Chiefs. Not getting easier for the Chiefs. They got Aaron Rodgers this week. Cardinals at 49ers, Titans at Rams, Bears at Steelers, and the bye teams are Washington, Tampa Bay, Lions, and the Seahawks.
I tell you what, Mahomes would want to come out for that bloke who bought the RPA or the logo, man, the NFL 1-of-1 logo, Patrick Mahomes rookie for like, I don't know, $1 million.
4.2 million.
4.2. There you go.
Yeah.
I tell you what, he'd want to come out and put in a performance against Aaron Rodgers and the Packers to give some rejuvenated hope to the Paddy Mahomes deep pockets investors, because what we've seen over the last 4 weeks, Bob, Paddy Mahomes, I'll tell you what, is anything but grotesque. It's more down the Kirk Cousins route than the GOAT route. I'll tell you that.
You like that?
Yeah.
That
Seriously, it's been pretty average, very average. A guy that we're saying is the next coming of Tom Brady, John Elway, fucking Montana, to play the way he's playing, and I'm not just saying one bad game. It's 4 games in a row. He's been average, very average. So he'd want to step up. Be a good time this week against the Packers.
All right, Sauce. You know what time it is. Lamont of the week. This one is just near and dear to my heart this week, Sauce. It really, really is. Where do I begin? It was just it was like a big pool, rug pull, Sauce. Massive rug pull. I am talking about the PWCC auction that finished during the week. They're going to get the Lamont of the week because the fact of I'm sitting there, Sauce, and I had a whole bunch of cards in my watch list to bid on. And something told me, Dom, just put your bids in, put your max bids on all the cards that your heart's set on. You know, if you have the urge, put a final bid like within the last 2 minutes, or go out there, search some stuff quickly that might jog your memory. Oh, that's nice. I'll put a bid on that. I'll put a bid on that, you know, so on and so forth. Sauce. I put all my bids in. I'm sitting there. I'm working away, doing my thing. Got the timer. It's ticking down. 5 minutes, 4 minutes, 3 minutes. I'm like, all right, let's focus here on PWCC. Let's have a final look through. All right, very nice. Yep. I've just put a bid. I've outbid someone here. I've got the top bid. Yep. Beautiful. I'll refresh. 2 minutes, 31 seconds. 2 minutes, 30 seconds. Refresh. The whole website's wiped. There's nothing. No products listed. Nothing in my favorites. And not just no products listed. No products listed. All 40,000 items. Nothing.
Rug pulled.
Nothing. If you wanted to bid on something last second, you had your eye on something you wanted, you didn't get that opportunity because the next moment that the auction came back up, it was extended bidding time. And
now tell people out there why that hurts, because the way that PWCC works.
Yeah. So this hurts because if you don't pre-bid on something, you are not eligible to bid on it in bid extension. So all the cards that I forgot to bid on or was going to bid on and didn't have the opportunity to bid on.
Maybe bidded on it in the last 2 minutes, 30 seconds.
Yeah, because I saw the prices. Oh, that's still really low. I'm going to bang. I'm going to try and snipe it for extended bidding. So then I'm leading. And I'm not the only person. There was a lot of people. Happened to Cage. Cage mentioned it on LTB. Happened to Sauce. You know, happened to, I'd say, hundreds, maybe even thousands of people. But the problem is if you don't put any bid, yeah, it stays in your watch list, but you have no opportunity to bid on that card in extended bidding. That is it. You failed to pre-bid.
So pretty much people missed out the last 2.5 minutes to potentially enter themselves into extended bidding, which is what I was going to do. And funny enough, you say that, Doma, because I actually had bidded on something the night before and I wasn't even eligible. That wasn't even in my extended bidding. So there was, stuff ups from everywhere because I'd actually bidded on something and then I wasn't able to bid on that later on. And when I went to try find that in my bids, I was in there sort of like 15 minutes before the auction ended. I couldn't even find that bid in my bids. So, not only we had that issue where the rug was pulled, but, I'd bidded on stuff, the day before and it wasn't showing up in my bid section, which was pretty frustrating. So the whole platform itself, the way it was all run, very, very poor. Needs to improve. And it was unfortunate because you feel sorry a bit for the sellers. Obviously, they missed out potentially on some extra bids that might have come in late. Good for some buyers. I mean, good for you in a way because what you did bid on, you were able to pick up for absolute steals.
I got some really, really good steals, so pretty happy with that.
And you killed it. But ultimately, for not, for not having a smooth process when you've finally taken the leap, the move, whether it was forced or it was getting there eventually, offer eBay, PWCC, for your poorly run auction, you are this week's Lemon. Yeah.
No,
it was
great.
shit, Tom. I was fuming. I know
you were not happy at all.
Fuck
you
this.
were just...
This is bullshit. I was just about to put bids, and then now it's come back. It's extended bidding. It was a shambles, Doma. It was a shambles.
So I would have been pissed off too if I was in that position.
Pissed off, Doma. When you got Luka Modric rookie stickers going for $20, $24. You had some Henry First World Cup PSA 8s going for $70. You had some SGC 7s going for like $40. It was just stupid cheap stuff. And it was more the low end stuff. The high end stuff didn't really suffer in terms of prices. But for me as a buyer, at this point in time where I just seen a good opportunity, I was shattered. I wasn't able to pick up some deals. So I wasn't happy, and there was a number of other people that were in that same boat, Doma.
Yeah, and if you want to find out what I did pick up, tune into Crunch Time this week. There's a nice teaser for you. I'll be revealing everything on Crunch Time. So, beauty. All right, so let's move on to Hobby Talk, brought to us by our friends at Cardladder.
Imagine everything you love about the hobby in the palm of your hand. An entire store at your fingertips. Everything you need to know about cards is within your grasp. Unlock the secrets of the hobby. Plus, so much more. You don't have to imagine anymore. It's here. Cardladder. Get the app today.
What a platform. Great platform. If you haven't already, we've got an affiliate link. It is in the description. Head on over, sign up for full access to the platform. Thank you to Josh, Chris, and Christina. I really appreciate your support as always. Let's move into Hobby Talk Sauce. And we're going to start with something a bit different this week. Back to tops now. As you know, we're completely off all the bullshit on Panini blockchain because it was pissing us. Whoops. Wrong thing.
Sticker dump, mate. We got sick of it. We got sick of the stickers.
Yeah, we're sick of sticker dumps, mate. We're just over that. So we're over to tops now. Some nice stuff here, Sauce. We've got two 50th anniversary cards for Star Wars. Not bad. Return of the Jedi and The Empire Strikes Back. I'm assuming that A New Hope has already ended. Some baseball. We've got some Bundesliga. Stefan Tigges, first Bundesliga goal. We've got our boy here, Thomas Müller. Some Freiburg cards. Some more Bundesliga. MLS. Karlsgill? There you go. Brad Guzan from the MLS. Something a bit different. You got this guy, Darren Asprilla, who kicked that scissor kick in the MLS. I don't know if you caught that, Sauce.
Yeah,
the goal he scored.
Nice.
Yeah, there you go. His card. We've got some Max Verstappen. Tops now. Carlos Sainz in the Ferrari. Sebastian Vettel. We've got a whole bunch of ice hockey in here as well. It's something it's a bit of a play because these cards do sell for a bit more if you collect the right ones. Got these overtime elites tops now.
They can. You have to, I'll just give a little bit of a shout of one that I probably whiffed on, and I'm an idiot for not taking it up. But if you were across the Panini version of this, which is the Panini Instant, They did a Panini instant on the new NBA rookies. At one point, I had a 10-pack of Josh Giddey's in my carts,
Oh, no.
and they were, I think, you bought 10, it ended up working out like $4 or $5 each. And I looked them up. The most recent sales are 25 USD a pop. So, if you're able to pick up the right ones and get on them, you can flick them off and sell them on eBay because, as much as they are just there for you to literally go buy and print, and you buy them and they print to the demand, sometimes, unfortunately, people aren't on top of this sort of stuff and they aren't aware of it. So if you're going through and you're able to, pick some out, most definitely you can, get some and sell them on.
Definitely. You also did miss on Paddy Bimlett as well. So.
Oh yeah, Paddy Bimlett. Yeah, that's another one. Yeah, no worries. Thanks, bro.
All right, now
throw that in my
we've got a few previews to get through here. It's obviously much quicker when we go through it this way on the Knights Lance than through Cardboard Connection, but we have got Absolute Football 2021. There's a kaboom of Justin Jefferson on your screen. People that are watching, apologies for people that are listening. Pedro's actually said here, you guys check out the Leaf online card store, 7 card numbered sets for Pro Set Soccer, but I don't know about them. Maybe we can get that up in the background, Saucy. Leaf online. But here we go. Panini America's venerable Absolute Football franchise embarks on its 2021 journey today in hobby shops across North America, once again equipped to dazzle new and veteran collectors alike with a content-rich recipe rife with autos, mem cards, and absolutely stunning inserts. Kaboom, anyone. In the revealing quality control gallery below, we offer a deep dive into it. So on average, each hobby box is 5 cards per pack, 3 packs per box, 12 boxes per case. We'll deliver 1 rookie premier auto, 2 additional autographs, 2 mem cards, 1 insert, and 2 parallels. Kaboom and explosive inserts each fall once per case on average. The highlights are 200 card set, hottest rookies, look for rookie autos, including Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Justin Fields, Devonta Smith, a hunt for stunning inserts, introductions by Storm, Unsung Hero, Stargazing, and Red Zone, and new 2021 exclusive to the hobby boxes only. Look for the super short print explosive insert. So here we go. This is the explosive. Not bad. I don't mind this.
Hey, looks all right.
Bit of CD Lamb.
Looks all right.
Nice patch. Josh Allen, air raid. We don't need it. Whoa, I've zoomed in all the way here. We don't want that. Whoops. Apologies for that. Piece of the football. Patch. There's Kaboom.
Obviously, they've got the Kabooms coming out, and we have seen already Mahomes Kaboom going for about 2K. Pretty crazy stuff. So obviously a lot of stickers in this product.
It's going to be stickers for a while.
Yeah. Look, we know that. We're aware. Absolute. Look, it's not a bad product. It's a good mid-level product. I don't mind a bit of the designs behind them. I'll probably stay away from the tools of the trade sort of patches and things. Here he is, Wilson. How good's that Kaboom? Might have to see. I bought my first Kaboom. Was a Mikel Antonio. So I'm always in the market for a cheapish Kaboom. I'm not going to go all out and spend the crazy dollars that others do on them because I don't value them.
Here's a whole bunch of them. Here we go.
I don't
Kyler
mind
Murray,
a few cheaper ones.
JJ Watt, Trey Lance, Tom Brady in the New England, Jamar Chase, Darren Waller, Aaron Rodgers, Peyton Manning Kaboom, Joe Montana, Devonta Adams, Herbie, Michael Strahan, Dak Prescott, Tom Brady in the Tampa Bay. Look at Mahomes. Diving.
There you go. That's the one. That's the one.
Beauty. All right. So not a bad look at that product. On to the next one. 2021 Chronicles Basketball. Estimated release is November 17th. 8 cards per pack. 6 packs per box. 12 boxes per case. Box break is 2 autos per hobby box on average. So Chronicles Basketball returns with popular set designs from past years that include the top rookie and veteran patches in the NBA today. Collect rookie cards from your favorite products, including plates and patches, Majestic, Limited, Gala, Titanium, and Gold Standard. Also search for Prism Update and Donruss Optic Traded. New to 2021, look for rare autos in Phoenix Rookie Autos and National Pride Signatures. Look for the
Chucking a
hobby
bit of gold
exclusive.
standard, the old gold
Yeah, I
standard,
like
whacking
gold
it back in there. I
standard.
like it.
Look for hobby exclusive Platinum 101 parallels for a variety of base sets. So this is what we've got so far. Obviously, my boy is there. Cole Anthony Ant-Man, D. Wade, Patty Williams in the gold standard source. Not bad, your man. Here he is, Magic.
So this is the Chronicles set.
Yeah.
You know, I don't mind a bit of Chronicles.
Luca the Don.
People out there, they shit a lot on it, but I just think if you're going to rip some packs or you're going to buy some packs for your kids, your nephews, your little cousins, buy Chronicles because you're guaranteed to hit a bunch of rookies. It's a fun rip. For me, it's one of the most enjoyable products to literally open because there's so many different variants of cards in there, and you're guaranteed to hit a whole bunch of rookies. Don't expect to go get rich off opening Chronicles packs because that's not going to be the product if you're looking to hit big. But in terms of actual enjoyment, Chronicles is up there for me massively. And I don't know if they've got the marquee cards in there, but they usually do. I'm not sure if they got them back this year, but I usually chase a few of the marquee cards, which they may not have them in this year's set. But that's all right. We'll go after a few of the XRs.
Oh, it's all starting in a second here. Adam says, Optic Boosters still available for pre-order on EB. Who would have thought? Oh, for those prices, yep. And look who's in, Source. G'day, fellas. Let's get rowdy. You missed it, mate. We just showed Absolute Football and your boy, my homeboy, in the Kaboom. It was a horizontal. It's probably worthless now the way he's playing. Sorry, Jay. All right. Next up, we got XR Football. We're not done yet. Estimated release is November 24th. Product config is 7 cards per pack, 2 packs per box, 14 boxes per case. Box break is 2 autos, 1 mem, 1 insert, 4 parallels per hobby box on average. Look for the 101 auto per case on average. Look for new base X and rookie X short printed parallels. These super short prints are not numbered and fall roughly once per case on average. Chase new inserts with impending greatness and vintage moments. Hunt for new gamers, memorabilia cards, and autos featuring only game-used memorabilia. A staple of XR Football. Look for a 101 autograph per case. Here is some of the look. Your boy, Russ. Justin Fields, Trey Lance, Trevor Lawrence, Shield order of Mac Jones, Zach Wilson, team materials there, dual patch, Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow. It's a nice little preview source. Not bad at all. The next one's the one that I'm really excited to get into. Detailed look at the upcoming UFC Immaculate 2021. The release date is December 8th. 6 cards per box, 5 boxes per case, 3 autos, 2 mems, and 1 base or base parallel per hobby box on average. Collect a plethora of on-card autos, memorabilia cards, including the oversized premium autos. So it's on-card. Chase massive mem swatches from multiple unique pieces of UFC equipment, including fight mats, gloves, shorts, walkout shirts, and more. All UFC Immaculate cards are printed on thick cardstock and limited to 99 copies or less.
Have seen a few UFC fighters sharing on their socials them signing Immaculate Collection UFC. So it is officially on card. This is where you might see me spend the big bucks for a Volkanovski auto and try to get one of those, secure those on cards, mate. There'd be nothing better than to get the Volk. And his first time he's ever signed any official cards. Obviously, his first set he signed was the Select, UFC Select. He wasn't in the Prism. But to see that this stuff is on card, gets my juices flowing.
Man, I'm on the top row here, and I'm G'd up. You got Jorge Masvidal here. You got Amanda Nunes.
Mate, what's even better is the image on that Masvidal, where it's the one where he just knocks out Ben Askren, knees him straight to the head at the start of the fight, and knocks him the fuck out. That's unreal.
And we know these are going to be on card.
There might be some stickers. There'll still be some stickers.
There is some stickers. There is, because it says it here. Sorry, where was it? Panini America's first on-card autographs of the first on-card. I missed it. I don't know where it is, but it's still very nice. There's some jumbo. There you go. Training shirt, Sugar Sean O'Malley, gloves. Oh, look at these. Sauce.
They look good, brilliant.
Oh my days.
Tell you what, I wouldn't mind one of those Usman autos. Usman and that's a nice auto, Kamaru Usman, if that's actually his auto.
That is very, very nice.
Beautiful.
I don't mind Izzy's either. I like it. It's got the star in there, mate. Cyril Gahn. That's all we're getting, Sauce. Just that. That's enough for me. That's enough. That's all you need to show us.
You got the jumbo patches. Interesting stuff. I'm excited. I'm pumped for this product. Immaculate. UFC Immaculate.
Might have already sold us just off these images. That is sick. That is so sick. The Usman, that is, even the image. Look at him. Oh, that's mint. I'm excited for that, Sauce. I'm very excited.
He's G'd up.
I might buy myself, I don't know, I'll find some spud. John Jones, he's got to be in the product. It's got him with his DUI ticket, piece of his DUI ticket or some crap. Who knows, in the card. All right, let's move on. How do you want to do this? How do you want to approach this, big fella? Do you want to go starter from the bottom? Now we're here. Or do we want to get into dodgy break space?
Let me share my screen, because before we move on, I'll show people this what I'm looking at, which is this is on the Panini Instant. So you'll see at the moment, before we move on, you'll see they've got some rookie cards, which here you can go print on demand. So there's some Scotty Barnes, there's some Cade Cunningham. They've also got even Mobley, which I wouldn't suggest, but Jalen Suggs is a good one. This is interesting here, Doma. This is a number to 10 rookie auto, Josh Giddey. They want $350 for it. Pretty crazy. Number to 10. Interesting price tag. But this is what I was talking about before. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'm tempted to go print me off some Scotty Barnes or some Cade Cunningham, because when the real sets come out, how much value do these really have? They've only got the opportunity, the flip opportunity at the beginning. That's why I think maybe, don't know whether it's worth a play to get some of these and then, sell them off. I do know some people, they buy them and then they put them on pre-order for sale on eBay, but you need to be careful with that. There's some sort of stipulation where you got to be careful when your orders do the pre-order for it. Just be careful with the T's and C's a bit around that. But yeah, just something to look at. All right, Donna, we'll go with this and then we'll go into that, which is started from the bottom. Now we're here.
I have got it here quickly. Sorry. I've got it here, Jay. Don't worry, mate. Oh, Pedro. Sorry. I've got it here. Here it is. Special edition. 7-card special edition set. Comes in a Mojo Platinum Blue to 3, Mojo Silver to 7, Mojo Red, White, and Blue to 3, Mojo Red to 35, and a Mojo Purple to 125. I don't know if there's any more. There is. Jeepers. Prismatic 101 to 15 in the black, 30 in the blue, green to 10.
So what's that for that $160? You get all of those cards.
Yeah, I'll show you what it looks like. I can't justify this. I'm sorry. Like I'm a fan for Leaf, but when it's like this and you can clearly see it's not licensed, like I couldn't do that, Ronaldo. It'd kill me.
Yeah, not a fan.
I like the look of the cards. Look great. Like they're pretty sick. Like you go to the prismatic. These are the 1-on-1.
Yeah,
it's pretty sick.
Let's be honest. They're just looking to print money.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll get Snoozeman off. All right, get into it, Sauce.
All right, Dom. I started from the bottom now. We're here comparing. Obviously, this is to lead on from last week. If you didn't tune into the show last week, who we gave the Lemon of the week to, and the reasoning behind it, make sure you check that out. But just to sum it up quickly, it was to Andrew Goldberg from the Lucas Tigers Bronze podcast, and he's obviously comparing LeBron James to Stephen Curry. So we thought, well, let's have a look at their card prices and their flagship rookies. It's pretty interesting. It's an interesting look. You got the Stephen Curry tops 2009 base PSA 10 pop report of 361. Last sold 11,400. And then the 2003 Topps Chrome LeBron James PSA 10 rookie card pop report of 2,147, last sold 14,500. Interesting that they're quite close, and I can see it. Why? Because the Curry is what are we looking at? 1/8 the size of the pop report of LeBron. So that probably plays a bit of factor into it. But when you're actually talking about in terms of GOATs, Curry, as we said last week, he doesn't really get close to the GOAT talk. No one ever puts Curry in the talk for GOATs. You never even hear him brought up. So the fact that the card price is that close together, it's pretty funny. I'll have a look at go back and look at the 1 year. I mean, it was a lot more previously when the market's gone up, but yeah, as you see that sort of same curve in the market. But this is where LeBron's have just kept coming down. At one point here, LeBron and Curry quite close. Only about $5,000 difference, and at the moment there's even less. So there's only $3,000 difference. So just an interesting one for people out there. I'm not sure what you would prefer, whether you'd prefer a Curry Topps 2009 PSA 10 for $11,500 or a LeBron 2003 Topps Chrome PSA 10 for $14,500. Just one for the punters out there. If you're in the comments, what would you prefer? Which card would you take? You, Doma? What are you taking? I already sort of know the answer, but
come on,
you taking the Curry? Well, according to Andrew Goldberg, Curry's a GOAT. Like, Curry's right there behind Jordan. It's Jordan then Curry.
No.
Well, that's what Andrew Goldberg said.
We'll see what Andrew has to say for himself when we post the clip on our Insta. And he's going to try and flame us. We love him, but I'm taking LeBron every day of the week. I'm taking LeBron. Yeah. 100%. No disrespect to Curry, because I love Stephen Curry. I respect him.
Well, Curry's up 13% in the last 3 months. LeBron's down 3%.
Jay says, whatever is rarer and lower pop, who cares what the player is?
So he's gone with the Curry. 361 on the pop. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the reason why this situation has occurred, right? You need to sort of understand. When Curry came into the league, LeBron came into the league, he was like the prodigy, right? Number 1 pick. Everyone knew he was meant to be good. So obviously people kept his cards in good condition and everything. Curry, when he came into the league, he was very much taking a chance. He had a lot of ankle issues, a lot of injuries, issues with his ankles. The Warriors took a chance on him, and it worked out for them, right? We're here today. We're talking about Curry and comparing Curry and LeBron, so it worked out for them. Back in that time, there probably would have been very much a situation what we've seen with Giannis cards, where no one gave a shit about them. People fucking threw them out. People put them in as packers. People probably, just chucked them in a box and didn't treat them well, weren't sleeving them. So that's probably why you get the pop report of 361, because the cards probably weren't treated that well. And, no one was thinking of Stephen Curry in 2009, let alone even 2011, because he never really hit the scene till, 2012. 2013, when you're like, oh, this guy's going to be special. People never really gave a shit about his cards. So that's probably why you see that low pop report. So yeah, it's an interesting one. It's an interesting one, Doma.
It's a good comparison, to be honest, in terms of cards. I completely get it. It's a good comparison, but I'm taking the better player.
Tom's going with LeBron.
Take LeBron. All right, Sauce, let's quickly get into this. We should give the backstory behind this. I'm not going to mention names. I'm not going to mention a friend of ours was in a this is just a word of warning, all right? And we're going to give you the advice here, because if this ever happens to you, you have every single right to receive the goods, because it's on onus of the person doing the Razz, whether it be a single person doing a Razz or a breaker or whoever it is. All right, so a friend of ours entered into a Razz. The Razz was to win a Ja Morant signed jersey. The stipulation on the Razz made by the person that created the Razz was, on random.org, the minimum on the dice roll has to be 8 before we draw the product. So run the Razz. So before we randomize 8 times and decide who the winner is. So the person...
Now, you've hang on. I'm going to pull you up there. Right? Because it wasn't stated that it was needed to be 8. That was found out later on. Right?
Oh.
It wasn't stated that it needed... No, it was not stated that it needed to be 8,
apologies.
right? So what has transpired, Doma? Let me get the record straight, because I don't want to fuck up the story for what's actually happened.
Apologies. This makes it even worse.
Right. So, ladies and gentlemen, if anyone doesn't know what a Razz is, if you're in the hobby, you probably do. It's pretty much a raffle to win a prize, bit of gambling. Sometimes good to be able to sell cards and higher price items. It happens frequently in the hobby, daily. Right. One group across Facebook for this Ja Morant signed card. They've put the post out. They've filled their Razz. They've gone on and rolled 2 dice. And that 2 dice that they roll was meant to be the amount of random lists that they go through to then get the final winner. Yep. Right. So they rolled a 7. So on the 2 dice. So that means the list was going to get randomized 7 times. And at the end, 7th time being randomized, the person on top is the winner of the Razz. So our friend of the show, he ended up on top. They rolled it 7 times. He won the Razz. He's over the moon. He's happy days. He's stoked. He's a Ja Morant collector. He's a Ja Morant collector, so he's stoked. He's won himself a Ja signed jersey, official Beckett PSA, or one of the 2 authenticated, really, proper stuff. I think it's from Fanatics, and they've turned around and said, according to the rules of the group, for items priced X amount and above, the minimum rolls is 8. Now, nowhere within the group rules, when you go through the group rules, did it state that it needs to be a minimum of 8, first of all. Second of all, they've gone and ran the Razz, done the dice roll, done all that, and posted it and said, congratulations to the winner. Now, anyone out there, what the fuck difference does it mean if it's rolled 7 or 8 times? It doesn't really matter. 7 or 8, it doesn't really matter if it's rolled 4 times, right? If it's randomized 4 times. It's still a random number. The whole point of it, it's still a random winner. That's the whole point about it. What's happened is, as I said, they've turned around and said it needs to be 8 minimum. So they've ran it again. Obviously, he hasn't won, and he's now been stiffed out of a prize. It's just a word of warning, people out there, that just do your research. I don't know. I don't go in Razzes anymore, Doma. I don't, because I kept a record of how many Razzes I've been in and how much each Razz cost me, and then worked out that after I had nearly spent $1,100 on 13 Razzes, I looked at it and I go, hang on, I could have fucking bought a $1,300 card. Why the fuck am I buying into Razzes? That's literally what I thought to myself, right? And I was 0 of 13, right? And $1,100 later, I'd lost. So for me, I don't do them anymore. I did them when I first came into the hobby. I think the last time I did one was, I don't know, over 12 months ago. Like, I just don't do them. Don't see no value in them. They're a waste for me to do them and run them for other people to enter my Razzes. By all means, please enter my Razz. But I won't really buy into other people's Razzes. It just doesn't fit my hobby experience. But when you are doing these things, you need to make sure you do your research. Now, the group that's in question on Facebook,
I'm going to mention them, by the way.
Yeah,
is the group? You do know I'm going to mention them.
Go on. Just take my thunder.
Oh, you were going to mention them.
Yeah. Well, no, it's all right. You do it. No, you do it.
You go for it. You go for it. You go for it. Go.
The group that's in question is on Facebook is Royalty Card Market. Now, if you're across the Australian Facebook groups, they have been renowned and known to do dodgy stuff. So this is where it we're hoping here on us on this show can help inform you if you didn't know before that the people within that group are known and have been caught red-handed doing dodgy shit before. And it's funny how the everything just gets swept under the carpet until something dodgy happens again, and then it all the bad air comes to light, comes to the surface, and you just need to be wary of the sharks out there. So, ladies and gentlemen, Royalty Card Market, if you're in that group, I would suggest not entering any Razzes. I mean, I'm only in it just in case there is maybe a card that I want to buy, and I might buy the card, but I don't do any Razzes in there. And just be mindful of entering any of that stuff, and just be mindful in general, not just in that group, but just in general. What happened is it's unfortunate. It's pretty shit, to be honest, because it doesn't really matter whether it was rolled 7 or 8 times or random 7 or 8 times. It doesn't really matter. It's still a random winner. It should have been honored. It was posted. They should have never, taken it back. But yeah, pretty much the ongoing theme is fuck Royalty Card Market. Don't do any dealings in there. There's plenty of other Facebook groups out there in Australia that are much better and better run. So yeah, just be mindful.
My only thing I'm going to say to him, well, whatever blowback from it, let's be honest, we couldn't give a flying what, so we don't really care, because we want people not to get scammed, because that's what's happened. The person's been scammed, mate, of a Ja Morant authenticated signed jersey. And this is the word of warning to everyone out there that do these Razzes and do stuff like this, but in particular to Royalty, whatever they're called, Lamont Card Market over there. I hope you do see this, because if you had any dignity and respect as a Facebook group and you cared one iota about anybody in your group or anybody in this hobby, you will give the person the prize. Like, you will go out there now and buy another one and give it to him. I know you won't do that because you already committed the dog act. The least you can do is actually give something, some compensation to the value of that. Even a Ja Morant signed card, something Ja Morant related. You should be compensating. You can't go ahead and run it, film it, post it, congratulate the person, like Saucy said in the story, and then say, oh no, minimum 8 rolls. Did the post for 8 min rounds on 100 spotters happen after this then? No, so what happened was they rolled it at 7, and then they said after that they posted the winner and they congratulated the person, as Saucy was saying. Then they said, oh no, the rules of the group is it has to be 8 minimum for a product of this value. And then they redid it.
Yes. Yeah, so they went
and gave it to someone else.
And gave it to someone else. And when they've actually gone and done is there was a post about it being 8 minimum, right? But that post is way back in the archives. Like, for someone to come into that group, that sort of information needs to be in the official rules of the group. When you go to the about section and you click rules, you can edit that shit and you can fucking put that in there, right? So that it's easier to find. The fact that they've gone and then tagged the person out there, and that's our friend of the show, the Blindside Collective, who's on Instagram. They've tagged him Nath, I believe his name is. They've tagged him in an old post and gone back and said, oh, here's the post that states this. Now, that post is from a few months ago. Now, for you to fucking go back and scroll through in a group that's got 5,000 members and find this fucking random post that tells you it's an 8-spot minimum for a 100-spotter, it's an 8-roll minimum or 8-round minimum fucking, randomizer, that's ridiculous. Like, that information should be in the top of the group. Why is there even an 8 minimum rule? You tell me, Adam. I don't fucking know, mate. But all I know is
because we hate seeing this shit happen to people.
Yeah, because unfortunately, it just ruins the hobby experience. And look, Nate's not going anywhere. He's been in the hobby for a while. He's
a good fella.
He's entrenched, right? He's not going anywhere. But this turns around and happens to imagine someone's in their hobby for the first few weeks and they enter a Razz and they're so hyped they win this fucking Ja Morant jersey, and this happens to them in the first few weeks they've been in the hobby. What's going to happen then? Yeah,
he's going to all of us.
Yeah, it looks bad on us. Right, that's right. It looks bad on us, and then it looks bad, but for him, he's probably had he's come in here and he's gone, fuck this, I'm not wasting my money here, and he leaves the hobby as quick as he came in. It's just not good for the overall general health of the hobby. And so, them doing these dog acts.
Yeah, and he says to his mates, Sauce, that want to come into the hobby, they go, oh, hey, bro, hey, Saucy, I want to buy into this and I want to do this. And then he's going to turn around and say, I wouldn't go into this. There's all scammers in that hobby. I wouldn't go focus on something else. Go collect something else.
Yeah.
That's how it works. People want to ensure making money or winning things. They don't want to be burnt. So, yeah, Adam's completely right. But that's what Sauce was saying, whether it's 4, if they roll the dice and roll 2, spin the list twice, it's still random. That's exactly right. Anyway, please be very careful. And not for anything, if this ever happens to you, I'd be fucking fighting it hard, mate. And I don't care. Send the group
to
us.
Let us know.
We'll
send it to us, man.
We'll flame them.
We'll flame them, and we're happy to put this stuff out there because
feel free,
not for
Jay,
anything. Like
Jay's got the balls to do it. Jay, feel free, go in there and just grab this once it's done. Because we'll probably clip this and put it as a YouTube short, and you can fucking stick the link into that group, mate. Put it in the comments.
Yeah, that's it. We'll put
You'll
it out
happily
there.
Get banned.
That's it. And people out there, just go chuck it in royalty card market. Just let them know what a bunch of scammers they are in there. Just dodgy stuff, mate. At the end of the day, whether the rule was 8, that's fine. You've got this rule. It doesn't matter. You did it on 7. It should have just standard. Nath should have won the jar jersey, and we wouldn't even be talking about this, Doma. But unfortunately, we bring this stuff up because it's brought to our attention. We do a bit of digging, we find out information. We don't just jump to assumptions, and we just want to inform you guys, that this stuff can happen. So just be mindful. Just please, ladies and gentlemen, be mindful. And yeah, if you are in royalty card lemon market, make sure you do not engage in any Razzes that are run in there. Definitely do not engage in them.
And if you're from that,
for the record, I've always
got a problem. You can DM us and we'll happily
DM us.
Hash it out with you.
DM us. But for the record, I've always ran Razzes in NBA Card Market Australia and never had any issues, Thomas. So if you are looking for a group to run a Razz, there's one.
Bang, done. All right, you got a Sauceys Smokey?
Yeah, Sauceys Smokey. I'm not even going to go deep into this. I sent you a link during the week on my screenshot of an absolute steal I picked up. It was a Ray Allen PSA 10 Bowman Best rookie card. I picked it up for 60. I just looked up another one then, just sold for 50. These cards were regularly selling for 120, 130. Back in the March, February, these were like $300, $400 cards. Ray Allen, one of the best shooters of all time. I'm not sure if you made it into the 75 list. I'm not 100% sure. I don't didn't. So. But in terms of pure shooters, he's right up there. He's a gun. And I just think for the price for the Bowman Best PSA 10, what they're going at the moment, $50 to $75, is just criminally undervalued. And even his tops base rookie, I think at the moment, it's going for $80, which, back not that long ago was going for I'll actually bring that up here on Cardladder. I'll bring it up here on Cardladder so then we can have a look. Here we go. Here's just his tops, and that's just that's the last year. I peaked at $690 back in Feb, and it's down today to $80. Like that's a crazy drop off. The pop growth on it, yes, it's growing a lot, but you need to take into consideration same year as Kobe, 96. So go have a look at Kobe. Could eventually get to that sort of realm. Do I think it's an $80 card? No. Do I think it's about $150+ card? Yes. So I think it's a buy at the moment. Ray Allen is obviously a legend of the game. He's definitely a 100% a Hall of Famer if he isn't already. It might be too recent. He's not yet, but he'll 100% get in the Hall of Fame. So yeah, I think he's a good buy at the moment. And and I'm just saying Ray Allen because he's one that I've picked up, but Tim Duncan, Shaq. There's a whole heap of older guys at the moment that are just so cheap. Kobe Bryant, he's fucking cheap as. So definitely a good time to pick up some of these veterans. I mean, seeing prices like as much as I love Patrick Williams, I've seen a cracked ice to 25 rookie ticket auto sell for PSA 10, sell for like over $2,500, Doma, and I just think that's crazy stuff when you can go buy Kobe rookies and stuff like that for cheap. So yeah, as much as I love Patty Williams, I just give me the Kobe rookies all day. And give me a few more Ray Allens. I might end up getting one of these tops ones and just stash it away. If it's a 10, I'll keep it in the collection, mate. Just stash it away.
Why not, Sauce? I like it. Good stuff. Keep doing your stuff out there, Saucy. Keep doing your stuff out there, people. Listen to the show. We appreciate you. Everything's been going really, really well. Keep sharing us on YouTube. Let's get those subs up. Let's get to 500. I'll call it now. We're doing a giveaway. You get it to 500, we'll give away some Tyson bet cards. Bang, right there.
Give away some Tyson bet cards for sure.
Share that YouTube. Yeah. We'll put some stuff out, but 100% we'll be sharing some Tyson bet. Giving away some Tyson bet cards. We can get the subs up to 500. It's been myself, the great man Sauce. Keep living, loving, and breathing sport. It's double coverage. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Peace.
Peace. Thank you for tuning in. Please don't forget to leave a review on the Apple Podcasting app. Also, follow us on socials: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. Talking all sports, double coverage.